Pat McGrath Divine Rose Mothership 7 palette. Yes, this one is almost impossible to get. It's sold out everywhere. There's a reason for it, but I was lucky enough to get my hands on it. I had to do this review for you guys because there seems to be a demand. That said, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Thank you so much for watching and for subscribing. Make sure you hit that notification bell to see all of my videos for Wednesdays and Sundays, because this is what we do here. We review a lot of stuff and a lot of makeup and beauty products. Let's hit it. Pat McGrath Divine Rose palette. Here we come. So yes, indeed, I was able to get my hands on this covetable new palette from Pat McGrath. Mothership 7 Divine Rose. Here she is in the flesh. I am thoroughly obsessed. Honestly, this to me looks like the most perfect colors for every day, for the weekend, for the holiday, for going out, for staying in at home and playing with makeup. I mean, there's so many textures in here. There's mattes, there's shimmery shades, there's these awesome holographic shades, and oh my god, what is that? That looks like it's just gonna sparkle and blow my life away. I don't even know what I'm saying. I'm just so into this at first glance. Yes, this palette is sold out everywhere. Yes, it is $125. Apparently, you could only get it at 1 or 2 places on patmcgrath.com, which is where it's sold out. Also, you could probably get it at a couple of different websites, such as Selfridges. But if you want to spend double the price, you could probably go on eBay and bid on it, but the current bid is like $300, which to me is obscene. I would not recommend you do that. This is the package that it comes in, the very cool envelope-like Divine Rose themed situation with all the shadow names right inside. And now let's go on Pat McGrath's Instagram and let's see what the mother says about the Divine Rose palette. Mothership 7 Divine Rose luxurious application, power pigmentation, unparalleled payoff. Major hues of Mothership 7 Divine Rose eye palette glide flawlessly onto the lids for an ultra glam look. Sold out on patmcgrath.com. Here's the thing. We all know that it's sold out. We all know that it's super hard to get right now, but there is actually a reason why it's so hard to get, and there's a reason why it's sold out. Here's what I found out. The Divine Rose palette is in fact a made for Asia palette, so no American influencer is going to receive it in PR, and no, it's not actually going to be sold anywhere but patmcgrath.com, as well as a couple of other very strategic websites or retailers, and that is just the truth that I stumbled onto. Just because it is made for Asia does not mean that we all can't petition, and I literally mean write down your comments on Pat McGrath's Instagram, write your comments here on my YouTube video, and let Pat know that we want this palette. But before we get into all of that, let's swatch this palette, let's apply this palette, and let's actually find out what the fuss is all about, because I am here for the truth, you are here for the truth. Team Truth Style as always. Let's do this. Swatch model, hit it. All right, starting with Skin Show Nude. Boom, baby. What's that say?
Oh man, I don't know. Velouria.
Velouria. Oh, she is a Velouria. Damn, did
Velouria.
you see? Oh, I get it.
Is that a Gloria?
Dun, dun, dun.
Dun, dun.
Velouria. Velouria.
I think you want more swatches. Gloria.
Next one is, what is it called?
Sable Bronze.
Sable Bronze, yas. Oh, biznatch.
Wow.
I mean, come ones. Next one.
Refined Gold 002.
Fine Gold 002.
Okay, that's like 007.
I might need another swatch of this one. I don't really see it. Oh, there she comes.
I just did shoulders yesterday, so it's really hard keeping my hand up like this.
Do you guys care? Nope.
Yep.
We don't care.
Next is Iridescent Pink 003.
Oh. All right, next.
Extreme Mahogany.
Whoa!
Oh my god.
Natasha, they're coming for you. Next.
Lovelace.
Lovelace. 007, no?
Nope, just Lovelace.
Wow, biznatch.
That might be my favorite.
Girl. Next. Rose Dusk. Oh.
Oh, so pretty.
God.
Wow, that lays down beautifully.
Yo!
Wow.
Can this please not be the best palette of all time, please?
That just laid down so evenly too.
Next.
VR Rose Venus?
VR Rose Venus.
I get it. VR.
Who's VR?
I have no idea. It's like, is it Venus Rose then? So VR Rose Venus?
I guess so.
But that color.
Wow, that one's very duochrome. You see that? Wow, biz. And last but not least, Astral Solstice. Oh,
wow.
Mothership.
The ships of all ships.
What can I say about those swatches other than the fact that they were absolutely mind-blowing and divine? I almost have to roll my eyes. I did just roll my eyes. The pigmentation and the quality of these shadows is just so offensive. Why can't they be worse? Let's get into this look. I honestly have no idea what I'm gonna do to my eyes, but whatever it is, I have really high expectations and hopes. Let's prime the lids, although you really don't even need to with Pat McGrath shadows. I'm just gonna prime the lids with my Fenty primer because that's what I've been doing in my last few videos, so let's keep it consistent. I'm gonna start with this shade right here, Velouria. And I'm going to pat that, get it? Pat, just like that to my outer lid on a diagonal. Pigment is sickening. I just wish that all palettes had pigment like this. Alas, they don't. This shadow is so superior. And it's a matte, man. Not every day you come across such pigmented, creamy mattes. My God. Look how easily it blends too. Pack it on and kind of blend it out with the same brush. Still keeps the intensity. This is a Sigma Blending E25 brush that I'm using. Everybody has this one. Or if you don't, you should. It's a good one. All right, good enough. Over here trilling and yodeling. I don't even know who I am. Next, why don't we just apply the same shade to the bottom lid? I don't really prime my bottom lids ever, only my outer corners. But because I like to apply my concealer and my foundation before applying eyeshadows, I feel like my lower lids are already primed and prepped with my concealer and the powder on top. But if you're someone who is super creasy, I would suggest applying primer there as well. Just keep pulling it out towards my temples. Next, I'm gonna take whatever's remaining on the brush and kind of go along my eye socket very lightly, like barely touching my skin. I like to tilt my head back and kind of just gaze down in the mirror when I do this. Yeah. Oh man, I'm so stingy. I don't even want to blow off some of the pigment that's remaining in the pan. I don't want to waste any of that powder. I'm gonna pick up this shade, that lovely warm brown called Extreme Mahogany. Sigma Small Tapered Blending Brush E45. I'm going to add that a little bit more precisely and draw a wing, also pulling it out, just adding a little bit more dimension. Really wanted to test out these two matte shadows that are in this palette. I love them. They are delivering. I just think they're very smart colors to have in a rosy palette. You guys remember the Naked 3 palette by Urban Decay? Wasn't that a rosy palette? It had some similar shades. Though as much as I love Urban Decay, quality of their eyeshadows is nowhere near Pat McGrath's. Although still pretty good, but they're more in the Too Faced Anastasia Beverly Hills category. I mean, yes, you could still do a look with those, but it's just not gonna give you the same kind of satisfaction as a Pat McGrath or Natasha Denona eyeshadow. To me, Pat and Natasha are the queens of eyeshadow in today's makeup market. I really haven't tried anything better, and if you're new to my channel, then you should know that's where I stand. However, this is obviously my first time trying this palette, so as always with my reviews, I'm looking for flaws, and I'm looking to give you guys an unbiased opinion. Regardless of how I may feel about the brand or the people behind the brand, that honestly doesn't really matter to me when it comes to products. Quality, usability, price, those are the factors that I consider when reviewing. Okay. Let's do something different. I'm gonna pick up a precise little brush, go back to that brown shade here, and I'm going to draw a very distinct line just in the inner portion of my eye socket. So from my tear duct all the way to the center. I'm not gonna touch this outer portion. I'm just gonna keep it right here in the inner portion. Just sort of changing my eye shape. I don't know, whenever I use amazing quality eyeshadows, I always kind of want to do something different and avant-garde. I have these two really annoying freckles on this lid and they always throw me off. I'm never sure if I want to cover them up or leave them there. And sometimes if the eyeshadow is too sheer, it looks like I didn't blend it right, when in fact it's just my freckles. All right, I'm gonna leave it as such. That looks different. And I'm also gonna pick up a little bit more color and kind of just draw a very precise wing. And I'm also gonna thicken it right here. Also gonna darken my lower lash line. Now there's cat hair all over. I think I'm ready for this amazing pink shade here. Do you see how cool it is? Pink, and then it's gold. And then it's pink again, and then it's gold. I'm gonna pick some up on my finger here and just stamp to the center of the lid. Wow. Now that is what I'm talking about. That is a duochrome that I like. By no means green, and it's still delivering that rosy tone that shifts to gold. So, so stunning. Next, I'm thinking a dense little brush, Dominique Cosmetics DSO2, the Packer. I think I'm gonna go for that Lovelace. Really like that color. Pick up a little bit just on the tip of the brush and smudge that kind of between the matte and the duochrome shade, also in a diagonal. Pinch of fallout with that shadow. That's the first shadow that has any type of fallout. And go back to that extreme mahogany and add that back, just a pinch. The same brush that I used for Velouria, this shade here, I'm not gonna re-dip it back in. Instead, I'm just gonna very gently and slightly blend out the shadow right here. Brow bone and inner corner highlight, E54 from Sigma X Roxette Arisa. Picking up Skin Show Nude, adding that right here under the brow arch, bringing it down to meet with the eyeshadow. I'm gonna sharpen and clean up the eyebrow with this one and repeat on the other side. I'm gonna pick up a clean brush and sort of just erase that pigment underneath this sharp line. And now looking at my makeup in my monitor, I feel like I actually want to add a little bit more of that matte brown mahogany color right here and just sweep it gently to hint at a meeting between this corner and this very precise angle here. It's not gonna be a marriage, it's just gonna be a meeting. Boop, bloop, bloop. Same thing on the other side. Just like that. And again, I'm gonna blend out that center. I don't want this part to be harsh. I want it to be shimmery. I know what I'm gonna do. Now for the inner corner, I'm thinking this duochrome right here. You can't see it on the camera, but this one is a white / pink sort of duochrome. Very frosty, very holiday appropriate. So I'm gonna add that right here to the inner portion. Also gonna add that right here. Comes off actually looking very, very pink, which I like. I don't know if the camera is catching it, but it's so pretty in my mirror. Add a pinch of that right here as well, just for a hint to tie everything together. Yep. Also gonna grab a bit of that gold and pop that right in that inner corner. You won't really see it, but you'll feel it, which is why I'm doing it. Tiny little brush, Morphe M508. I don't know, I feel like this gold is asking to be placed right here in my inner lower lash line, so I am gonna deliver. I'm gonna add a touch of that here. I gotta say, this isn't my favorite gold from Pat Mcgrath. She has other golds that are far superior. This one is a bit on the sparkly side rather than on the gold metallic side. So although I get what its purpose is, I far prefer these types of sparkles. Watch. I'm gonna pick some up on my finger. This literally you can wear alone. I'm very well familiar with these types of shadows from Pat. They are so unique and nothing like the rest. I'm gonna add that right to the center of this whole creation here, just for a subtle frosted effect. Right here, I'm gonna go all the way to the brow. I am obsessed. Some of the sparkly eyeshadows do have some fallout. It's really easy to remove with a fluffy brush. These two shadows in the center are the only ones that I didn't use for this look. I feel like I don't need to. I am pretty close to the end. I'm gonna apply my mascara. I'm gonna apply my lashes. I'm gonna apply my highlighter, my lips, and then I'm gonna deliver the verdict. Oh, and in between takes, I also added a little bit of that sparkly shadow right here in the inner corners, just to tie everything together. Not really feeling like liner for this look. I kind of like how soft it is. If I add liner, I feel like it's just gonna creep into the dramatic category, and I'd rather do that with lashes. I'm gonna close her up for now. Lily lashes in the style Milan. 3D Mink is what I'm gonna use for today's look. These are really nice, wispy, believable false lashes. Using my Duo Lash Adhesive in dark tone. I think this lash was a good choice. Getting that lash to the center, tucking in the corners. Boom. Crimping the false lashes with my real lashes. Hoping they stick. And there, you got a little lash tutorial in there. Onto the highlighter. Jaclyn Hill, The Flash. Review up here. Gonna go for the shade Mesmerize, since this is a pinkish tone. Kind of a duochrome as well. Like that. And then I'm gonna add a little bit of this shade Iced right on top. I am going to do one last thing. Pat Mcgrath Labs Permagel Ultra Glide Eye Pencil in the shade Black Coffee. Oh, and there's a cute little sharpener right here. I'm gonna use this pencil to line the waterline. Also gonna line the top lash line right up until my false lash, just to masquerade it, disguise it, and make it look a little bit more natural. So sharp. And now I'm ready for the lips and for the hair, so I will be right back with my final look and with the verdict. Okay, lipstick is on. I don't know what's going on with this hair. I swear it looked good a second ago, but I never claimed to be good at hair. Anyway, here is the final look using the Divine Rose from Pat McGrath Mothership 7 palette. I quite like this softer sort of take on the cat eye or on the cat eye shadow. I think it's very appropriate for a date, for a night out, for the holidays. And I would even go as far as saying that this Pat McGrath palette is actually probably one of the best holiday palettes out there, given the fact that there are so many festive shades in here. Plus, it is also very, very wearable, given the fact that these mattes are extremely pigmented and really user-friendly. So with that said, I will have to give this palette a high rating of a 9 out of 10. Yes, that is what this palette deserves. I understand that it's very pricey at $125, and I know it's almost practically impossible to get your hands on, but if you can get your hands on it, if we leave enough comments on Pat McGrath Instagram page, if we demand for it, then I have a feeling that they might just make it a pinch easier for us. Hopefully this video will do that. If you are a makeup artist, you gotta get your hands on this one. I am telling you, just the sheer fact that these shadows are so easy to blend and so easy to use will save you time as a makeup artist. That's it. I've said my piece. Those are my 2 final cents, or more like 10 final cents. I love you guys. I will see you in my next video. Click on my other videos right here. You know I was gonna tell you that, so do it. Do it.